transport developments. According to Billy in 1995, he said that there is no universally accepted definitions. So for sustainable development or sustainable transports, I don't think this is acceptable. Okay, in 1999, Transport Canada, okay, they defined that the goal of sustainable transportation is to ensure that economic, social, environmental consideration are factors into decisions affecting transportation activity. So they continue the concept of sustainable development, which we have discussed just now. So we are talking about economics, social, and environmental, but we define this into the context of transportation. So whatever transportation activity, we have to make sure that we're taking care of the economic development, social issue, and also the environmental protections. What are the transportation impacts on sustainability? The first one is economic impacts. Okay, we don't want to, we always want to build transport facility which can reduce the traffic congestions, because time is money. So if traffic congestion is worsening, then many people will waste or have to spend long times on the roads. So like for example, okay, we should think about like we have LRT for example, or we have the highway. So this kind of facility can help to reduce traffic congestion. But at the same time, the facility we are going to build, okay, it won't increase the risk of accidents. Like for example, we have to build if we build a substandard highway. So even though this highway can help to reduce congestions, maybe, but it will increase the risk of accidents. And the third point is transportation facility cost. We don't want to build something which we are not afford. For example, now we are going to have the express link to link KL and Singapore, and maybe this is the good decisions at this time, but not like in 50 years ago. If this project was built in 50 years ago, this is not a good decision, because at the time, okay, we are not capable to build it, and at the same time, because this kind of facility is too costly for the consumers. During that time, our GDP is very low. That's why most of people are not afford to use it. So this is the first impact, the economic impacts. Okay, the second one is social impacts. So we're talking about equities. So we don't want to build something which is only beneficial to certain group of the in the society. Like for example, if our expressway fare is high, then people will say that expressway is a facility mainly for rich people. So we don't want this to happen. So the second one is mobility disadvantaged people. So as we know, basically route can be classified as high mobility or high accessibility. So maybe people will think that, okay, we should build more high mobility route, like for example highway. But if we overbuild the mobility route and we ignore or we slow down the development of high accessibility route, then this is not good, because of you can travel from point A to point B within a very short period of time, but the people cannot reach their destination in the point B because of there is no accessibility routes. So the next one is human health impact. We don't want to destroy the environment greatly, okay, because of we want to build the highway, and this is not good for human health and community cohesion and livability. So like for example, we build a highway, the highway will cut the village into two parts, for example, and this is not good. So we want to make sure that the community, okay, the village is always stay together, because of the family always stay together. Okay, so that's why, okay, this is under social impacts. Okay, environmental impacts. The first one is air pollution. At least 1/3 of the air pollution is produced by transportation. That's why we always encourage for green energies. We want to go for LRT, we want to go for electrical car. If air pollution is very serious, it may affect the climate. And the third one, noise pollution. Air pollution can affect the body health. Okay, noise pollution also have the same effect. Okay, imagine that if you stay too close to railway or to a highway, it's too noisy, then it will affect your mental health. And the fourth bullet point is habitat loss. There's one case happened in UPM. Okay, you know, the KLIA Express Link, they go through the back of our campus, and during that time, one of the lecturers, one lecturer complained that after the project been implemented, he found that the pond, there's a pond, he found that the fish live inside in the pond, refuse to lay eggs. So that's why these developments affect habitat loss. It causes the habitat loss. And the last point is depletion of non-renewable resources. This is the point I have highlighted just now many times, the use of petrol. So we finish it and we cannot regenerate the petrol compared to solar energy. Okay, sustainable strategy to tackle transportation activity impacts. How? We have to identify the strategy that help achieve multiple objectives. So we have an objective which is under economy, which is under social, and which is under environmental. So now, how are we going to make sure that we don't do, like for example, we want to reduce congestion. So that's why we build many highways, and by doing so, it will have the negative impacts on the environment. So that's why we have to make sure that we set multiple objectives and we cross the three impacts aspects. That's why we have to go through a very comprehensive planning so that we can minimize the impacts to the societies.